Good morning, everybody. How are you this morning? Sorry, I'm just trying to open a packet. Hi, Lynn, Sue. Is Suzanne on? She probably will be. All right. Well, I hope hope everyone's well today. And before I start, I'll apologise for that. Um, Hopefully, it won't happen too much. Coming off of the cruise, of course, what happened? Lorraine gets a cold. It's a bit of a head cold. It's nothing much. I'm sure I'll live through it, but it's typical, isn't it? You have a lovely week away. Although I have to say, on this cruise, there was a lot of children. There was a lot of children on the actual cruise. You're there, Suzanne. Okay, lovely. Good to see you. Yeah, so I've got a bit of the sniffles this morning. The vertigo seems to have gone off, so that's good. Not worried. All right. So today, before I start, now, if anybody needs anything to yesterday, today, and tomorrow, sounds like a plant, doesn't it? Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we have free shipping. So anything that you want and you're able to, now is a fantastic time to grab it because you're not going to pay the shipping costs. I look at it as the fact that I can have an extra something because that would cover the cost of the shipping. But me personally, I wanted to get a bit more of the card stock and a couple more of the uh, alcohol markers. So I've used this opportunity to pop an order in for that. Well, the order will go in later, but yeah. But yeah, don't miss out because I mean, I don't know if you're like me, but you put the stuff in your cart, you think, yeah, that's a good amount, and then you press go, and what happens? They add $18 or $24 or whatever for your shipping, and you think, ugh. But anyway, I mean, obviously it has to be paid for, but yeah. Okay, so yesterday I went to work. It's always weird going back after I haven't been for a week. So I went back to work yesterday and I came home with a new addition to the family, but only for it's a bit of an awkward situation. But um, so I brought home a beautiful cat. His name is Lando. He does actually belong to somebody, but the gentleman that he belongs to has had to go overseas. And I have said, in my infinite wisdom, hi, Holly, how are you? I said in my infinite wisdom that I would foster this cat for, uh, it's actually said 6 months, but I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get attached to it, and then I'm going to have to give him back. But the gentleman's not sure yet whether he's coming back or not. So I may have another permanent resident, or I may just be fostering for 6 months. But he's absolutely gorgeous. He's the same as my other cats. He's a ragdoll. So my boy that I have at the moment, we let him out. We brought him in, popped him in the middle of the lounge, and left him in his cage for a little while. And my dog sniffed him out, and the cat sniffed him out. And then I opened the door, and my cat got in with him because my cat's not the least bit worried about the carry boxes. I've always left them out, and my cats have always gone in and out of them so that I don't have a problem. So dog and cat both thought, yep, we'll take this one on. Open the door. He came out and you'd think he'd been here forever. So we'll see what happens from there. So in 6 months' time, if you get a sobbing Lorraine on the live, you'll know I've had to give him back. But yeah, it's all good. All right, so today I'm going to play again with the cheers and sips. I really I liked this right from the start. Now, I haven't had a chance to have a really good look at what I want to do. However, I think to start with, I'm going to case a card. That was either I think it was on the when I when you buy it, you know, you get the pictures next to the purchase thing, and it looks quite looks quite easy, so we'll give it a go. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to be using colors that I don't usually use. So today we're going to be using the Timid Tiger. Let me go down onto the desktop. Yeah, there we go. And joy of joys, I actually got around to tidying my desk up a little bit. So let me see if I can just bring it a tiny bit closer. They've changed this. It's a wee bit annoying, but there we go. There we go. That's a bit better. Alrighty, so I'm not an orangey person, but today I decided I would use the Timid Tiger because I'm going to do this card similar to how it's been done on here. So we're going to play basically because, yeah. So this is the paper pack, the 12 by 12 paper pack that comes with the Celebratory Sips. And I don't know if you've seen it, but hey, let's give you a little bit of a so we've got, I love these. I just love them. Like this one here, whenever I go to the UK, which I'm going to the UK in 4.5 weeks time, we always get a big jug full of sangria, and it's yummy. Okay, dots and what have you on the back of there, some gorgeous flowers, and we have the green on the back. I think that might be granny apple green. I'll have a look in a minute, but that's just really pretty. Then there's this. This actually reminds me of, we had a pack of 6x6s, which, sorry, I just put the chat back up. There we go. Hi, Daryl. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Good to see everyone here. What's the weather like in your neck of the woods? It was quite sunny this morning, and now it's gone all overcast. Yeah, so this reminds me of one of the 6x6 packs that we had. And then on the back, we have these, it's sort of like stars. It's really pretty. This one here gives us the actual drinks that we can cut out. We can fussy cut, or we can play with. Another one that we can just use as a background. Oh, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that color. And of course, my very favorite one, which is here, which is Secret Sea. I love that. And then today we're going to be using this one, but we're probably going to be using the back of it. So what was that one I said? We got Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Bubble Bath, Cloud Cover, Daffodil Delight, Lemon Lime Twist, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So we're going to have a go with this Timid Tiger today. Alrighty. So let's pop that out of the way, and we will get... Oh, sorry, Raji, did I wake you up? Too bad. We will start. I've got some glue or something on there. Let me see. Oh, who left her pack of wipes open? Me. I just want to see if I can get that off because I don't like that being on there. I noticed it yesterday, and then but it was too late to do anything. All right, it's still not coming off. It must be glue. I'll get it off later. All right. So I'm going to start with your normal white card base. So let me grab a piece of white. And I don't want thick, but I do want ordinary. There we go. Perfect sunny day there, Holly. That's lovely. And Sue, you too. Looks like everyone's got sun. I have washing in the machine. I haven't turned the machine on yet because I much prefer to put it out on the line to dry. I'm not a fan of the dryer. I like my clothes to smell nice and fresh. So let's pop that out before we start. And we're going to do a card base of 5 3/4 by 8. So let's do 5 3/4 by 8 inches. And that's a good start. I believe it rained overnight here. When I looked at the deck this morning, the back deck was quite wet, so I'm supposing that it did rain. Now I'm going to cut a piece of this this timid tiger. I think I'm just going to do that I might do that at the same size as the white. So again, I'm going to do 3 3/4 by 8. Sorry, 5 3/4 by 8. Where am I going with that? 5 3/4 and 8. No, by 4. Don't need it by 8, Lorraine. You only need half a piece. This is why my brain kicked in then, wasn't it? All right, so yeah, that's going to sit right on the front there, so it's not going to leave us. It's not going to leave us anything showing. So the next part that I'm going to do will be 5 1/2 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to do that on white. So let's do. Do the 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. Sunny in Bundy, Mum. Well, that's good. Looks like we're the only one with cloud. It was sunny earlier, but it's gone a bit cloudy now. So, and that's going to sit on the front of there, giving us that timid tiger outline with the edging there. So it's all right. I keep having to look at what I've got now. I wonder what color that is. Looks like it might be. I might do that. So I'm going to use my stylish shapes, of course, and I'm going to make a large circle. So I want one of the largest circles. That's probably the largest that I have. Like that. Pop those back in. I just keep these on the desk. Everyone's saying hi, Mum. So I'm going to do this out of, I think, lemon lolly. Pretty sure that's what that color is. So I'm going to cut. I need to cut a bit of this off. Oh, I have plenty down there. I might start a new one. Let's get something out of my coloured paper box. No, it's not going to fit on that one. There will be one here that it will fit though. How do you store your bits of, your card? Like if I've got a relatively decent size piece like this, sometimes I'll pop it back into the packet, but other times I will, I have folders and I just pop them into the folder. So let's do that at 4. Just cut this at 4 so that I've right. Now I'm going to turn around and cut this on the cut and emboss machine. Thought it had gone on straight for a minute. And this is going to sit here in the background. You have to excuse me, keep checking on. Okay, now, just trying to think. We need to cut. I'm just wondering if that was actually cut out of the DSP. Let me have a quick look, because it may well be. Let me see. Nope. Okay. So we're going to do our stamps out. And we're going to stamp. I'm going to throw that on the desk because I need it to regain its shape, and this one too, if I can ever get it off. Okay, so that's a great way then to get them to reshape themselves. I'm going to use some of the bits and pieces in there as well, and we're going to have a go at doing the umbrella. So I'll grab that one out as well. And what did I think in the end was the stem to the umbrella? I think it's just this here, this line. So I will probably set those two up together so that I already have it. Pop that like, nope, that one's got to go the other way up. And it's decided to stick to me. It's very fine, that piece, so I'll sort that out in a minute. All right, so we're going to stamp these, and then we're going to do some colouring on them. Now, shall I use? Might use this. Let's stick with the new colours as much as possible, and I might use the strawberry slush to do the colouring on the inside, but for the outside I'm going to use Berry Burst because I want it that little bit darker. So let's get the paper, let's get some stamps. Oops. So we want that one, and we want that one, and I'll probably put that one on in a minute. So let's do these glasses. I don't know if they're gonna go straight away, so I'll give that a bit of a remove the cat hair off of it, and we're going to do one, and then it looks a bit mucky. Let's get that off of there and try that again. That looks a bit better. So I'm going to pop this one here. So we have the two glasses. Whoops, where's everybody gone? Ah, there we go. Can you still see me? Okay, I think you can. All right, so, and now I'm going to attempt to attach this sweet little darling here. I'm going to pop that there and that there. Oops, it's about as straight as a dog's hind leg, that one. We'll see how we go with this. Wow, it's a tiny little piece. I really wanted to get it straight. So this is for the, let me have a look at the dies and see if the dies cut the umbrella as one or if it cuts it as, no, it cuts it. Okay. Looks like we can't cut a stem for the umbrella. So let's take that bit off for now. That's the umbrella. So we need this one for here. And we need this one for here. But what I want to do before I actually cut it is I'm going to use my blending brushes that I don't use nearly enough. And in this smaller glass, I'm going to blend with this pink. So let's see how that goes. So I'm going to come in, and I don't want it a lot, but I just, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I keep forgetting that. I just want to take that, make it a little darker on the bottom. Like so. And I'll see how that looks when it comes out. I just wanted to, I'll pop that in and I'll cut that one out. So there we go. We've got that glass, which I'm going to pop down here. Now the second glass, I don't really want it to be that colour, so I was tempted then to use the yellow, but I think it might be a bit, oh, I've already, so I'm going to go with, this is, what is this one, Lemon Lolly, something like that. And I'm going to get my brushes and I'm going to do the same with this one. This one's going to have more of a lemon drink in it. I have to say the cocktails were very colourful. There we go. So I don't think we need it to be too dark. It's just to give the hint of colour, really. And then I'll pop this one on and cut it out. So there we go. That one gets a little bit lost on there, doesn't it? Maybe I should darken that up a little bit. Okay, let me use, what did I just use? Let me try with a bit of pumpkin pie on it, and we'll see if we can get like a bit of a sunset type. Let's make it a bit darker. Ah, yes, I think that looks better, don't you? So we'll pop that on there. And then I need to do the umbrella. I can stamp that in the berry burst. And I'm going to sort the thing to the pole to the umbrella out. See if I can get that. Looks okay. So we'll get that. There's lots of like small pieces to this because you've got like your vegetables and your strawberries and, you know, all the different things to go into. So this is going to go on here like this. And actually what I might do is colour that before I cut it. And I might do that with strawberry slush. Let's do a very lightly pink. And I'll cut that one out. That one's a tad harder to line up. Hold my tongue right, I suppose. So there we go. We have a little umbrella. How cute is that? And what I'm going to do, I could probably put the stamp on, but I don't think I want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece that clearly isn't the stem, and then I'll cut it down to make it the stem of the umbrella, this piece here. So I'm just going to cut it. Oh my goodness me. It is well stuck on there. So see this, and I think it's actually a swizzle stick. But I'm going to sort of cut it down to make it. Make it do what I want it to do. Let's have... I might use a bit of pink for that. Cut that out. And I think what I'll do is probably just cut that so that we can pop it there. So you can see where we're going with this. So we've got the drinks. We've got the background. I'm going to put that on there without the swizzly bit. Oh, I could leave the swizzly bit on there, I suppose. And we're just going to, there's some lovely fruit and things in this set. So we've got ice cubes, we've got strawberries, we've got lemons or oranges, whichever. We've even got greenery, we've got a cherry, not sure what that is, and then we've got other greenery here. So I'm going to cut, I'm going to stamp. This is ice cubes. And what I want to do with that is put that on there. Now we used the berry burst. So I'm going to use berry burst, and then I'm going to, so there it is, but I want to, let me see what the second generation, yep. So I'm going to use it second generation. So I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm going to pop it on there, which gives the look of the ice cubes down in the drink without actually making them look like they're sitting on the top. So I've got that. Then I'll clean that off. And then I thought in the other one I might, would I put them? There they are. Might pop a lemon slice. I'm going to make it look pretty. See how this goes. I'm only going to use the light one, but I'll probably use it at full. Some lemon in there. Oh, I keep forgetting I haven't stuck it down yet. A couple of pieces of lemon in here. Yep, that looks great. And then I just want a couple of pieces of greenery. We've got to make this look realistic. It does look refreshing. Hi, Kynan. How are you? Yeah, it is really a cute set. It really is a cute set. I've like I said, I've used it once before and I really liked it. So, and I just think there's a lot that you can do with it. And let me get a green. Old olive should do it. I've just got a piece of, it's green. It's either, yeah, it could be used as, let me see what it looks like when it's stamped, because yeah, I think that will be okay, but I might have to leave that one for now because I want to put it afterwards. So the idea now is to set this up. Let me set it up on the card. So we've got most of our bits popped out. I might actually have to cut that out in a minute. All right, let's see how we go with the glue this morning. And if it's gonna, oh, look at that. Wow. Seems a shame to cover that up, doesn't it? It's so pretty. But we're going to. So not being an orangey person, like it's not one of my favorite colors, and I don't think I'd go out and particularly buy a dress in orange or anything like that. This colour's sort of growing on me a little bit. So now, so that's gone straight down onto that base card. I'm going to put the yellow disc. I'm going to put it in, and I want this to be flat because I'm going to pop up one of the glasses. So that one's going to sit and that one's going to pop up. So I'll sit this one. I'm dicing with death here because I have, yeah. Just remind me if something gets covered in the wrong stuff, then it's my own fault. So this drink we're going to pop straight down like that. And then this one I'm going to put on dimensionals. So let me move the chat down. Okay. This one I'm going to pop on dimensionals. So 1, 2, whoops. Pop that on like that. And I just want it to slightly overlap that one, like that. Now, where did that, there it is. So with this one, I just want the umbrella to, I'm going to sort of, I don't know whether to pop it up or not because that's sitting flat, but I think I will. I'll pop that onto a couple of dimensionals, and then I'll try and work out something that we can use for that stem of the umbrella. Should have probably used minis on this. So I'm going to put the umbrella there, and I'm not going to press it down yet. I'm just going to leave it for a bit. Now, what happened to that skinny little piece that I cut out? And there it was, gone. Oh no, that's just where I put the, isn't that typical? I cut it in pink, didn't I? Righty ho. Do it again. Not going to spend hours looking for it. And then the minute that I pack up, there it'll be. Oh, you know what? I just looked down and it was on the floor, but then I dropped it again, so. All right, so what I want to do with this is just cut it so that it looks like, what do you think? I mean, the swizzle part usually, but do you think leave that on and just stick it under there? No, that looks ridiculous. Suzanne, did you say that you had this and you haven't used it yet? Let me chop that bit up. I think that'll work. I'm just going to put the teeniest bit of glue. I should really get the mat out and do this. so that everything doesn't get covered. It should be enough on there. And I'll just stick it under the umbrella and down into the glass. There we go. Okay. You might have to, it's quite fun to play with. Now, I think that is that. It's not fun trying to get the pieces out of the thing though. So I'm just going to cut this piece out. I think that's that one. Sorry, gone quiet, trying to line it up. The bane of my life, this is, lining these things up sometimes. There we go. I laugh sometimes because 12 months ago, I'd never even seen a cut and emboss machine, let alone used one. We did have a Sizzix when we had the shop, but it was, you know, you used to put a little disc thing in it, and it would only cut what I know today. There's more and more tools that you can use to cut and what have you, but yeah, so that was basically all we had, and I hadn't even used a cut and emboss machine. So I'm going to stick this on. I'm going to need a mini because I need this one to where did I just put that? There. I need one of these little ones because on this end, and I'm hoping that's not going to show, on this end it needs to, I'm going to pop that there, and it needs to be up there like that. There we go. And I think that might be enough on there. What do you think? Just enough? And then I will pop this. Yeah, I remember the little umbrellas in the drinks too when we were kids. And you'd take it out and you'd try not to, it used to move up and down the little stick, didn't it? And you'd try to keep it forever, and yeah, it would last about 10 minutes. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now, I'm going to put obviously going to pop a greeting on there. So I think the cheers is a really good one. And I don't want to do too much more with that. I want to keep it light and bright. So I'm going to get the cheers out. And I'm going to put that onto, let me see what that fits onto. I'd like to think, oh, it might fit in there, but is that too big? What do we think? Looking good? Excellent. Actually, I think that'll fit nicely for the cheers in there. And then I did have a little bit of an idea, but I'll see how I go with that. Let me take that off of there. And actually I was watching, I think it was Pip Todman yesterday. Something just happened to crop up and she was on, and she was saying about how you should really use the stamp block as close to the size of the stamp as you can get, because it works better that way. And she was saying about not rocking the stamp once you've popped it on. It was really quite interesting what she was saying. So I'm going to go again with the Berry Burst, I think, no, let's go with the Timid Tiger. Let's use Timid Tiger and do Cheers. And I'll just cut that out. There we go. All right, so just for when I was doing it the other day, as you know, I found some bits and pieces that I have in my bits. This is my bits box. Got all sorts in it. And I cut up a few pieces to put on the back of what I was doing. And I'm just sort of wondering whether we need maybe a couple of leaves or something behind it, sort of like that, or just, I think we'll just leave it straight. I just leave it like that. I don't want to do any more to it. I want it to be quite, but what I might do is get this and just around the edges of the Cheers. Just to give it that bit of something. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And go 1, 2, and 3. Whoops. And then I'm just going to pop the Cheers there. Now, there we go. Do you think that we should keep in with I think we should keep in with these colours, which are the new in colours. So down here we've got the Strawberry Slush. Then we've got the, I can't remember what the yellow is called. Timid Tiger, and then we've got the Secret Sea and the Cloud Cover. What is the yellow? Help, help. I could go into the cupboard there and just have a look, but yeah. So what do you think? We use the Timid Tiger. I think it would be a great color to use today. So I'm just going to put, I think because I've got that, I might just do this. This is my go-to. So it looks like we've got small, medium, and large. So I'll do 1 small, 1 medium, One large, one medium. Oh my goodness me. And one small down there. Which these, Mum. No, I've gone with the orange today to match in with this. I just thought that would work for today. I'll do another one with the darker ones. Now I'm just going to do an insert. So I'm going to move all my rubbish off of there. Grab this. And the rest of my piece of white. Darling duckling, that was it. Thanks, everyone. Oh, dear. Alrighty, so I'm just going to do this insert at 3 3/4 and 5 1/2. Don't you just love it when you just get a blank? I mean, I could have gone to the cupboard to the left of me here and looked it up, but yeah, no. I think the darling duckling is probably my least favorite. However, I've said that before about colors, and then I've ended up really liking them and wanting them, using them on everything. So all I'm going to do, this is there for the insert. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to let's stamp a couple of these like that. Maybe I'm not going to like that. And then I'm just going to put the orange slice back on and use this again. You can't see me, sorry, because I've got too much stuff up the top. And then I was just going to put the orange slice. No, I don't like the way that. Let me think about it. Stamp that off and then pop maybe another one and another one. Maybe do another green. Probably shouldn't have done the green over the top. But, let's put another green down through here. That doesn't look too bad. No, it looks horrible. We're not having that. Let's turn that over. What's gorgeous? The dots, Suzanne. I love these dots. I really do. All right, let's go back to the orange slice. And we're going to do 1/2 off. And then we'll do another one. And we'll do another one. And then we'll have another go with this. No. I'm going to go randomly across the bottom with these. Because I don't want to start with another piece of card. So that will do. We'll forget about the green. We'll just have that in the middle. Unless... Oh, look, I'm playing today, aren't I? Playing today. So, where's my... Let's take this one. Let's take this and... Probably should have done it before I put the oranges on there. Just put a little bit of green in behind there, just to stop it from looking bare. It doesn't look quite so bad now. All right, so I'm just going to stick that on the inside. I'm not going to put another greeting in. You'll notice that I'm not a big fan of putting greetings in straight away. Often I'll pick up a card that I've made and think, oh, I could send that one. And then it's got the wrong sort of, yeah, the dots are gorgeous, aren't they? Does that say it's your, let's celebrate. There is this little one that says it's your day. So let me see if I can't just put that into the in the center. But I often find that I find a card that I like, and then I've got to either remake the whole card because it's got the wrong sentiment in it. And this one I might actually do in the green because we've got so much orange there. And this is so tiny though. It's your day. There we go. That's that done. Let me have my card. Let me wipe my hands. Have to go get ready. Yep, I'll be over and watch. Oh, I have to go and get a prescription. So I may have to catch up on the replay. Suzanne. All right, glue, center. And we'll just stick this in. Oh, maybe the pot's becoming empty. Right into the center. Like that. And there's our card. We can add a little bit of wink. I want to add some wink down here on these where I did the little, oh, it's actually changing the color. Wow. Some wink down there where I did the ice cubes, and perhaps some in here where I've done the lemon. And then I'm just going to do some across the top of the glass. Just as though it's got salt, sugar, whatever it is that they pop across the top of the glasses. Put that there. And there's our card. So what do you think? Very simple card. Oh no, look what I've done. Well, I can change that. I'll just turn it over. I can't believe I did that. What did I do that with? I haven't, oh, look, there it is. All right. I will sort that out afterwards. But there's the card. Very plain, very simple. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will go up to, I can't believe I had that on my finger. How dare it? But I will certainly get that sorted out. And hopefully I'll see you all again tomorrow. I really appreciate you popping in and seeing me. If it's your first time, if you'd like to subscribe, press the little bell so you know when I'm on. And if you're on Facebook, if you could like the page, which is Color Me Crazy Cards. Okay, so thank you so much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.